much, Maya. As more titles, as more confusion. That is what I have to add on that one. But thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about the legacy of BANOS and what we have actually learned for future partnerships. We have heard about the impressive scientific progress and the innovation achievements made. That is also evidenced by both the international evaluation of the program, which has been conducted, and the impact analysis we did ourselves. So what is the key for success and what should be continued for the future in programming science and innovation? In my view, to summarize how I see BANOS, it is the first and in fact only fully operational multidisciplinary program integrating marine science, basic marine science, policy underpinning research and maritime innovation in Europe. Focus is certainly, and has been earlier more than it is today, on environmental sustainability, but ample consideration is given to broader societal needs within the frame of a number of EU directives and policies. It is also a significant contribution to blue growth, and I think a blueprint for a successful regional seed program following the spirit of the EU strategy for the Baltic Sea region. BANOS operates at the interface between the EU framework for research and innovation and national marine research programs, and that is certainly a challenge. This included agreeing and implementing a common research agenda with 8 member states and 22 funding organizations. It included to administrate such program with all aspects from formulating a strategic research and innovation agenda to implement and administrate the multinational research projects, to synthesize the results, communicate the results, and try to enhance impact. I believe it is exactly this, the all-encompassing longer-term program approach going way beyond the traditional ERANETs and co-funds, which is the key to success. An approach which is needed also in the future partnership on blue bioeconomy, which Sigi has referred to earlier. In danger of being a little bit boring, I would like to highlight some smart steps in handling in the BANOS program. For example, the process of formulating a strategic research and innovation agenda. It was developed with concrete stakeholder involvement from the start, formulated both as a strategic plan and an implementation plan, and in fact also as a work program, and that all in one document. That has the advantage that you are defining call text early in the program. Traditionally, these steps are often separated, leading to an outdated strategic research agenda when call texts are finally issued and leaving the research community in the dark until relatively shortly before the calls are published. The BANOS approach requires a regular update of the plan, of course, after review of activities conducted again together with our stakeholders. Also, the advisory board had a very important role here and has actually delivered real guidance throughout the program. I think this is a template how to handle research and innovation programming in a transparent, fast, and unbureaucratic way, and I would suggest to consider exactly this approach of handling a strategic research agenda in future as well. As already said, BANOS is quite a complete program, ranging not only from programming and resource use. It has developed integration strategies like active clustering of projects, synthesis of results, integration of third countries, among others Russia, which is certainly not an easy thing to do, coordination of infrastructure, and also integration of operational costs of infrastructure into the financial setup. It has also addressed education and training of young activities. So it is actually going far beyond what we traditionally in Europe see as an ERANET or co-fund activity. These approaches have been developed further in the presently running Baltic Sea and North Sea Coordinated and Support Action, BANOS, has started in 2018 based on an initiative by all involved member states to expand BANOS in the North Sea. This idea was born by the realization of those member states who have actually coastlines on both sides in the Baltic and in the North Sea, that the originally higher level of science in the North Sea in their countries started to lose out against the Baltic, and that the North Sea research community would greatly benefit from an extension of the BANOS program. Secondly, there's other reasons, of course, for doing that together in the sister sea approach. There are anthropogenic pressures and risks of similar character and magnitude. We face approximately the same pressure from climate change. And last but not least, the seas are connected via hydrodynamics and migration of biota as well. The idea was taken positively by all member states surrounding the North Sea, and we tried also to estimate what would be the leverage in the countries in terms of financing. The indicative cash and in-kind contribution was around 100 million euro, which is, I think, a substantial amount of money and indicates actually that the funding organizations sought really a payoff of the BANOS project. A major achievement in BANOS was the Strategic Research and Innovation Agenda for both sister seas, finalized earlier this year following the procedure developed in BANOS. In addition, achievements in the CSA include a number of definitions of impact enablers, such as systematic impact monitoring and assessment, mechanisms for research synthesis, outlining contributions for capacity building, mechanisms for dissemination of knowledge and data, how do we deal with innovation, engagement with broad society, and that includes, of course, also citizen and open science. Although the suggested Baltic and North Sea program will likely not materialize, these achievements will flow into the Partnership on Blue Economy presently under deliberation. This partnership integrates over all European seas, addressing blue economy in harmony with nature, people, carbon neutrality, and addressing ocean governance. I would say that fits quite well to the developed BANOS sphere. Balancing environmental versus sectorial needs is not an easy task and requires a long-term program. BANOS has run for 10 years now, if we include the predecessor BANOS Plus program, even longer. This long-term activity was ensured by the implementation as Article 185 with legal commitments from the EU and the member states. No doubt this rigid legal frame has caused us some headache underway, as Siggy was also referring to. But I see it has also a positive side. It has pushed us all, and that means the member states as well as the Commission, to find common solutions. And I hope that the new partnership can function without such a frame. On the positive side, we have regional sea programs operating in several European areas, from the Black Sea to the Atlantic. These consortia should have by now built up sufficient trust between member states to handle the partnership, also within a more open setting. It will, and then I'm pretty confident, certainly function in the Baltic. As a considerable part of the implementation of directives and policies is done either national or regional, success of the new partnership will to a considerable extent be dependent on addressing regional challenges as well. Thus, it is important that regional seas are actually integrated into the new partnership in an adequate project structure. Finding the right balance between thematic, cross-European and regional activities is not easy, but it is of course also the way to learn from each other in the different regions and boost science by utilizing different experience and capabilities with will ultimately define the success of the partnership. To generate the necessary human and fiscal resources for setting up such a partnership, my take would be that coupling of financial resources allocated by member states and the Commission to other multi-annual financial framework programs, such as the European Maritime Fisheries Fund, Interreg, and I would even go further into the LIFE program, is important and should be pursued, even though there comes also a downside with it, and that is agreements on this will not be easy to achieve across member states or even across directorate generals in the EU. Concrete, I hope that DG Mare, DG Environment, and DG Regio are carrying the partnership, and with them, the related national ministries, not only research, innovation, is buying in. Acknowledging the administrative complexity of such a coupling of different funding streams, we should make use of the existing administrative capabilities. And here I'm thinking about BANOS. To say it plainly, the BANOS Secretariat has demonstrated the ability to handle the necessary complex administration in a transparent, responsible, and reliable way. I suggest we use that. And especially for that, I would like to thank the Secretariat. Finally, and that Sigi has said this morning as well, coordination with other partnerships, both within Horizon Europe and beyond, will be important. This includes, for example, the partnership on rescuing biodiversity, and hopefully also the mission Restore Our Oceans and Water. And in that respect, a final lesson learned from BANOS, if we did not know it up front, I believe we did, integration of other partners, regional seas conventions like HELCOM, and international scientific organizations like ICES are a large advantage in running an international science partnership from programming to implementing achieved results. Thank you.